Morning, everyone. Well, caught me really early this morning, so enjoy your coffee. Um, yeah, I need it. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Good. Well, morning again. Today is the feast of Saint Maximilian Kolbe. Quite a well-known saint, I think. Maximilian Kolbe was a Polish priest who was put into the concentration camp by the Germans in the Second World War. He was put into Auschwitz because he had been assisting the Jewish people, harboring them, if you like. And needless to say, the Germans didn't appreciate that. So at the age of 47, he was put into uh, um, a starvation chamber, if you like, one of the bunkers that they had there. And the background to that is that somebody had escaped from Auschwitz, and as punishment, the Germans decided to execute 10 men. So they just simply identified 10 men at random, and one of them turned out to be the man next to Maximilian Kolbe. And while they were being led off, Maximilian stepped out and spoke to the German leader, the soldier in charge, and said, "I will take his place." Um, it makes you wonder what actually went through the mind of Maximilian, because they put them into a starvation chamber. The idea is these guys would be starved to death, and Maximilian kept them cheerful by singing and praying and so forth. And eventually, he himself was one of the last left, and they actually put him to death by lethal injection because he was living so long. But what would inspire somebody who's standing in a road to somebody say, "Well, I'm going to put myself ahead of him"? And Jesus tells us in John's Gospel, "No greater love than this has any man, than that you'd lay down your life for another." And Maximilian was definitely living out what Jesus taught. But why would anybody want to become a martyr? Let's understand the difference between being a saint and a martyr. A martyr is, as Pope Benedict the 14th clarified, said, being a martyr is a voluntary enduring or tolerating of death on account of the faith of Christ or another act of virtue in reference to God. That makes you a martyr. It doesn't necessarily make you a saint. And so we might find that there are many people who were martyrs. What about those people who were in the Colosseum, those who were put to death? Martyrs we didn't even know about. Saints almost certainly, because of the way in which they lived. But we are all called to live for our fellow being, not just for ourselves. Always to consider that we need to put others ahead of ourselves. Let's reflect on that today and thank God for the martyrs and the saints that have gone before us to give us that example. Do you have a wonderful day? Enjoy your cup of coffee. We'll see you later. God bless. Bye-bye.